What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Around the Wicket podcast. I know it's been a long while, but Om, Rehan, and I are back today to give you what's happening in the world of cricket, specifically with regards to the latest India-Australia match. But before that, there's one man who'd like to reveal himself. Right now, he can go ahead as our special guest on today's episode.
Yo, what's up, guys?
Yeah, you can switch on your camera now, bro. Yeah. Yeah, thanks for joining us,
Yo,
Adi. Adi straight from his bed. bro, bro didn't even have the decency to jump onto his
yeah,
table
I'm in
this
my
time.
living room, okay?
It looks like your bed. Anyway, so Rehan, what do you think of that guest reveal, guys? We specifically didn't tell Rehan. We've been plotting this for hours now.
I just want to know what's the point of him? Like, what insight is he going to
Bro,
bring here?
bro,
Okay, no
you're,
worries, guys. I
you're gonna
muted
hear
Rehan.
insights you've never heard in your life, okay?
Tell him, Adi, and you can change your name now from Vivian's audio. Smart ploy on my part to get you into the meeting without Rehan even knowing what is happening. Okay, so before we begin, Hadi, anything else you'd like to say?
Just that, bro, I'm gonna say a lot of interesting stuff, and that it may be a lot of controversial stuff. I just want you to know that I'm always objectively right.
Yeah.
Dude, how did your Dream 11 team perform for this match?
Okay, Rehan, we're not going to
Bro,
talk
I'd
about.
say it performed relatively well, considering weather conditions and the general.
Well said, well said. I couldn't agree more with Adi. We're gonna just jump right into it. In case you guys didn't catch the match, it was an absolutely dominating performance on India's part. Uh, Australia got all out for 177, extremely poor showing. After which the pitch suddenly got better. The deteriorated pitch was suddenly interiorated, I think, deteriorated, whatever's the opposite. India managed to put on a brilliant 400 run display. And then just when Australia had to bat, the pitch re-deteriorated. And they were able to put on a measly 91 with man of the match going to Jaddu, who played very, very well. Ashwin also got 450 wickets, which is very cool. So, Om, let's just jump to you first. Overall thoughts, first reaction.
Yeah, I mean, it was a very deep game considering the fact that Australia are absolutely jack shit. Uh, I mean, I expected them to do bad, but I didn't expect them to do so bad. Like, how would you get out for 91, bro? Like, I mean, England did better than you when they came, so that's just sad. And it's not even that they're playing like a half-ass side. They put out basically their best 11 except like Cameron Green, who was injured, and they still failed. Like, I mean, Todd Murphy got lucky. All of Australia's debutants get lucky. Steve O'Keefe got lucky that time. Jason Krejza got lucky some 12 years, 10 years, 14, 15 years back. So yeah, it's a common theme. Todd Murphy will fail after India decode him soon. So yeah,
Well,
pretty good game, bro.
fair point, fair point.
Adi, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, let's go to Adi. I think we don't need to hear what Rehan has to say on this one. Adi.
Bro, see, my view is very simple, okay?
Hmm.
First of all, I mean, obviously, Australia they got so blasted that, even if, Mayank Agarwal was playing on that pitch with Shubman Gill, nah, we would have still roasted them, okay? You know what I mean, right?
Yeah, I
So,
feel you, bro.
one thing is that, Todd Murphy obviously got so lucky. And the thing is that Pat Cummins couldn't perform because, obviously, he had issues with his dad or some shit, And the the main concern I had, okay, with India, I know it's a very controversial opinion, but you could see that Rohit Sharma was just not giving his all. He just completed that score, but you could see he had at least 50 more runs left in him,
No, I get it. No intent, right? Like it is.
Yeah,
Sure.
you could just see it, bro.
Yeah, no, I agree. Rehan, you want to weigh in on this?
I've never heard more bullshit in my life.
Okay, hold on a second. I mean,
Yo,
look, if
just
we
because you don't agree doesn't mean it's wrong,
hold
okay?
on, Rehan, if you look at
You're
Rohit,
wrong.
120
You're
of
wrong.
212 balls, a strike rate of 56.6. That's absurd. I had a higher strike rate in my BTR match.
Especially in a test match, bro. How can you even expect that strike rate?
No, I completely agree. If you have a strike rate less than
Why are you here?
you have a strike rate less than 90
Why did you invite
in
him?
a test match, it's a problem according to our expert. I'm unbiased once again. I'm just looking at the facts objectively, trying to see what to say. But I think this is more Adi's opinion. But yeah, okay. I think we're gonna move on to specifics here before we get carried away by what's happened. Let's look at the first innings. Australia, obviously, an absolutely awful showing. Only what, four of their players managed to get into the double digits. Their top order, Usman Khawaja failing like we expected him to in both innings. David Warner failing. Labuschagne and Steve Smith having a good stint in the middle, but then those quick hands from Shrikar Bharat never failed to disappoint. Adi, you were talking about how Shrikar Bharat is the next coming of Dhoni the other time.
Bro, like you have Dhoni, okay, and then you have that Dinesh Karthik who was really good, but then he never had some time to shine.
No,
And
yeah.
here you have like the dumbass Rishabh Pant, okay, and all he can do is fluke shots.
I
I
don't
mean,
think we can say
don't
that
get
now
me
that he's
wrong.
injured, bro.
Don't get me wrong, okay? He's a good test player. But the thing is, there's a new shining talent right around the corner. Okay, and if you just give him a bit more time, bro, he's gonna soar like higher than like the highest plane you ever seen.
How do you think he
Trust.
compares to MSD in terms of batting and keeping?
Bro, like first of all, his batting, obviously, because there are proper figures, I can't really say anything. So MSG is obviously better. But in terms of keeping potential, I'd say that he's probably the best like keeper I've ever seen. Like even if you compare him to like I don't even know, bro, who's a good keeper, like Jasprit Bumrah, bro, like it's unparalleled. Like you can't even compare.
No, that's a fair point.
I actually agree with Adi on this point. Like
Oh,
Adi,
okay.
don't you think ever since MS Dhoni's Test retirement back in 2019, there's been a void, and we've just not been able to fill it
Nah,
until
that's
until.
facts, bro. And like, Shrikar Bharat is just so big. And he can just fill that void in nicely.
Yep.
Bro, Dhoni retired in 2014, bro.
Yeah, well said, everyone. Great points, Adi. Specifically, what do you think of Australia's poor batting display? What do you think India did right on the bowling end of things? What did Australia do wrong, apart from everything?
I don't think India had to do anything right. They just had to come
Hmm.
and bowl on that pitch. Like, the pitch was actually quite good. Smith and Marn just showed that with the way that they were batting. It's
Yeah.
just that the other players are absolutely ass. Like, bro, they brought in Matt Renshaw to play spin because Travis Head couldn't play spin. And Matt Renshaw scored um 2 runs from 8 balls the entire game. I mean, that's like Audi level things, bro. That's like,
Right. I was gonna say.
yeah, just
And
absolutely different level of batting.
what do you think particularly? Do you think the pitch gave much to spinners? Because obviously the Indian spinners did very well. We saw in the second, or not the second innings, in India's first innings, we obviously saw the Australian debutant get 7 wickets, 7 or 8. I think it was 7. And here we had Ashwin with 3 and Jaddu at 5. Ashwin even hitting 450. Do you think there's anything in the pitch, or do you think Australia just can't bat?
Bro, like the pitch isn't like fabulous for spinners. It's not like one of those
Hmm.
ranked runs you get in Ahmedabad, right? Like
Yeah,
even when India played Nathan Lyon, they played him actually quite easily. He didn't trouble them. 49 overs, 1 wicket, and he gave 126 runs away. So he didn't really trouble the Indians as much. I think Todd Murphy troubled them because they aren't used to playing him. And when the Indian players play someone for a long time, I think it's just easier for them to cope with things like they did with Nathan Lyon. And it wasn't they were tackling him quite easily, right?
yeah,
So it wasn't the quality of the spinners that India had. It was just their experience on these pitches. So they've grown up playing on these exact same pitches. They played listed cricket here. They played all sorts of cricket here. They just know where to bowl, and they know that even if someone hits 200 runs in 400 balls, if they keep bowling in the exact same place and trusting that process, they'll get the person out. And that's what they did with Smith and Labuschagne. Like they batted for so long, and it was looking like they might get a partnership going and something might happen. But they knew that if they just kept bowling it there, either the ball would turn, one would turn, or something would just happen. And that's what happened with Smith, right?
yeah.
He bowled an arm ball. He bowled so many arm balls that game. It just went through. With
Yeah,
Labuschagne,
man,
sure.
That's good and all, but I'm pretty sure that if Jadeja hadn't put that ointment on his finger in the first innings,
Oh, that's
Australia
a
would
fair
have.
point. Very fair point.
I
That
mean,
deserved a 25% match fee.
Yeah, pain
reduction.
relief ointment, it just makes the ball turn like mad.
Yeah,
I mean, if you've never tried it before, Adi, you've tried it before, right? Like, you
of
know how it
course.
works.
Bro, I
That's
do it like every day. What are you on about?
Adi applies cream to a lot of places.
Yeah, I mean
But
it's no sandpaper, bro. It's like it's a totally different level, man.
but we know
Sandpaper just
we know the old saying, when the ointment goes on the finger, the ball spins like a winger. So guys, we're gonna move on to the what have we talked about? Let's look at India's batting. We touched upon Rohit Sharma's incompetence of it earlier, but Om, or let's go to Rehan first. Your general thoughts on India's batting, Jaddu's late stint, Aksar's late stint, how India's tail wags. What we're number 2 tail waggers in the world, right? Our 6 to 11. I think there was a stat like that. Our 6 to 11 score the second most in any country in the world.
I think a lot of people are actually like hating on our top order and middle order unnecessarily, because if you see, they've actually had high impact innings. They've not wasted balls. They got out low, but they didn't waste balls. And
Except
in a
Rohit
cricket
Sharma, of
match,
course, played
you
like a
can't be
snail.
wasting time in the crease, You
Yeah.
have to, if you're not hitting it, get out. Let the next batter come in. What's the point of just staying on the crease? I mean, who are you trying to like ruin the pitch or what?
No, well said. I think that's one of the points Adi can really get behind. Adi, what do you think of this whole situation with India's batting? You already talked about Rohit Sharma a bit. Talk about, first of all, KL Rahul failing predictably so. Uh, talk about how I don't know. Talk about whatever you want to talk about. Talk about Jaddu. Talk about Aksar. Talk about your favorite Shrikar Bharat. What can India do better in the next game? What have they done? Yeah.
Bro, I'll be very honest. So, like, KL Rahul shouldn't even be playing Test. He should just be thrown off the Test scene, And like as we go down the order, of course, Pujara and Kohli. I mean, I expected more from Kohli, but like Cheteshwar Pujara, man, he's not supposed to get out, and he played well before, like in the past few matches, in like the IPL and shit. So like he should play really
Yeah.
good here, because you can see it's like a 1-to-1 relation.
Yeah.
But then, of course, you have Jadeja, and like, who would expect such a man to play so well on his first game back after so long? And if I'm being very honest, I really thought Mohammad Shami would do better. Like,
Fair enough. Yeah.
bro, like if you're like the first bowler, the first pacer, you expect a lot from him. You know what I mean? Like,
I agree. With the
37
bat as
runs just
well.
isn't enough, bro. Yeah,
Hmm.
like seriously. Like,
Yeah.
bro, screw the ball, bro. Like, we were gonna win anyway. Like, it's up to the spinners anyway. Like, you got to do what you can with the bat.
Om, care to weigh in here? India's batting.
Yeah, I agree, man. Mohammad Siraj played an absolute blinder of an innings. It's just so it's so inconsiderate to all the viewers, and 1 in 19. I mean, that just doesn't float my boat, you know what I mean? It doesn't get the juices flowing.
Yeah, no.
You can't engage in the activities as you usually do.
No, I hear you. It doesn't go as smoothly.
Yeah.
Yeah. The innings we're talking
It just doesn't rub in right.
about. Okay. So we're gonna continue here. After India scored that brilliant 400, Australia had quite the task on their hands. What's 400 minus 177? The other math guy. What, 223?
I think it's closer to 4.5, bro.
Okay, yeah. I do believe Australia was trailing by 223. At this point, Om called that India would win by an innings. I wasn't just so sure. I had faith in the Mr. Consistent Usman Khawaja. Unfortunately, he didn't really perform, and Australia put up an absolutely abysmal score of 91. So I want to go to you, Rehan, first. What the hell happened? They managed to be even worse than their first innings, and this after India just put on like 400.
So I think like the main difference between their first and second innings were they got out more quickly, and thus they scored less.
Got it.
Because see, like if you get out more quickly,
Wait, if you
don't
get
have
out more
as
quickly,
much.
doesn't that mean more runs? Oh, sorry, no, never mind. Got it. Less runs.
What?
Yeah. No, I brain apps, dude. There's like high level stuff. I wasn't able to follow along. Any other insights, sir?
Yeah, so they got out more quickly, thus they scored less runs.
Yeah.
I also think that clearly after India's first innings, they doctored the pitch. I mean, clearly
Oh, yeah.
overnight, actually midday, mid match, they dropped in a new pitch. Like, you know those drop-in pitches they use in Australia, like where they literally fly a helicopter with dirt and drop the pitch in. I think that's what they did. But because Modi has so much power, I think he just like blinded everyone so no one could see. And then he made everyone forget their memories about their blindness. I mean, it's insane stats.
Yeah.
So
I like we're getting political on this podcast.
dude, Adi, what do you think about this?
Yeah, Adi,
Like,
what are
let
your
us know
thoughts? I know you had
brilliant mind
fairly
that is
strong thoughts.
even for all cricket knowledge.
Yeah.
Bro, what specifically? You said a lot of things.
No, Adi, what are your thoughts on Australia's abysmally low score? Their low score, their batting, India's bowling. What was the cause of their
Bro, I'll be
collapse?
very honest, okay? And I know that a lot of you are gonna agree with me when I say this, but I think India's pitches, they were like rigged, bro. I'm telling you, like right after the first, like 10-15 minutes after the toss, I'm telling you, Jaddu and like Ashwin just went and sprinkled some dust over it, bro.
Right.
Just to get them that extra spin. And like it's the only plausible explanation because you have people like Usman Khawaja, bro. Like he's such a good batsman, you know what I mean? And like,
Right.
bro, how do you expect people like that to fail? I mean, Labuschagne obviously does well because he always does well. But like, nah, man. You have your perfect keeper, bro. Carry. How do you fail, man?
Yeah, usually
Nah,
he
nah.
carries
I'm
the
telling you.
team. Right,
Nah,
guys?
that's facts. That's facts.
Fun.
I'm telling
Yeah.
you, bro. Like extra dust, they just sprinkled it all over.
You know, while we're talking about the Australian like batting, I wanted to bring this point up. Like, Om brought it about Travis Head. Like, he played versus Pakistan and Sri Lanka in Asian conditions last year, and like he was critiqued for being like very sloppy and stuff. But personally, don't mind some sloppy head.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah.
It just hits so deep. Like,
yeah, on that note, that concludes
Unless you're bowling on a dry pitch, if you get what I mean.
that concludes the test. The next test between India and Australia is someone familiar.
In Delhi.
No, I was like in how many days? When's it?
It's on Friday, which is
it's in 3-4
few days
days.
from now.
It's actually
do
Monday.
you guys know tomorrow's Valentine's Day?
Oh, that really makes a difference for all of us, eh? Why did you
Yeah, bro. It means that the Indian players are going to be pumped up to play this game
Or the
because
Australian players?
they're going to be excited on the party. No, not the Australian. The Australian players won't be their families, bro.
Vinny
So they're going to
Raman.
be clearly disoriented, and they're
Travis
going
had brought
to.
his mom.
Yo, this Valentine's Day. Hold on a second.
So did Todd Murphy, if I remember right.
If Maxwell came, it would have been crazy scenes, if you guys know what I mean.
No.
But bro, because his wife's Indian, you dumbass.
He has a pre-match ritual.
Yeah, let's not get into that. So yeah, Friday is the next test. We're just gonna get a few final thoughts before we sign out. First off, I'm gonna start with.
Yeah, so wait, shut up. Any changes you would make to the India or Australian 11 for the next test?
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
I mean, I completely agree with the change. I think it's a clear-cut shift out, you just have you can't deny the man. You've got to bring in Shardul Thakur, Ravichandran Ashwin. I mean, like,
No, completely agree.
he's the Lord, man. He deserves a chance. Like, you can't keep him out, bro. Like, it's just irresistible. And I think the selectors will make the right call. And I mean, Ishan Kishan, bro. Like, Rohit needs to take some time off. Like, Ishan Kishan hit that 200 like 3 months back. He needs this chance. He deserves it like so much. Rohit needs to take like a step back and be like, I need to give him my spot. I need to be humble here.
Yeah.
Like, totally. And of course, I think Michael steps up to just give the birth of his son and come in for Nathan Lyon. I mean, like, what even is that guy? And like, who cares about his son's birth? It's like,
No, yeah.
it's all straight swaps, I would say.
Yeah, I like your suggestions, but I was thinking more along the lines of bringing Kedar Jadhav in for Jadeja, like for like replacement, except Kedar has a much better beard, and obviously that trumps everything.
Right.
I think he's more of a three-dimensional player.
God damn. Yeah, in terms of the changes I would make, I think for India, our team is pretty much set. Apart from that abysmal Rohit Sharma innings, there's not much I would change. Only thing I would do is I would probably give KL the death penalty if it was a choice, but I'd still make him play because we have no one better on the bench anyway. And Australia probably bringing in. I wasn't really too impressed with Murphy, as Om mentioned, kind of simple pitch. Uh, for Murphy, I think I'll probably bring in Shane Warne, someone of the sort, to sort of replace
Too far,
him
too far.
on the bowling end. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't mean anything of what I said. God damn. Adi, go ahead. You have your replacement.
Right. So, the Indian team I feel is perfect, except obviously KL Rahul is the most stupid person and he needs to get removed. I'm telling you, they just need to. What?
See, I wanted to ask you this one last question about
Of
like
course.
Australia's 11. Obviously David Warner sucks.
It's facts.
And their reserve opener right now is a young chap named Philip Hughes. Do you think they should bring him in?
Yo, I know there's no Philip Hughes, okay? Stop trying to
No,
catch
Rayan,
chewing the act,
no,
okay?
Rayan, no. But hold on, Rayan. The fact that you brought up like someone who passed, dude, it's like actually sickening. It's sickening on your part. And we don't condone that kind of crap on around the wicket, the number one cricket
Driven, I
podcast
don't
on
know
the
what you're
world.
talking about. I think you hit on the head.
And on that note, that wraps this episode up. Guys, let
Driven.
us know
I
if
don't
you
know what
like.
you're talking about. I think you've been hit on the head.
Guys, how do I oh my god, oh my. I just clocked what you said. On that note, guys, that's it for this episode. See you guys next time, and let us know if you wanna see another stint of Aditya back on the podcast. This was one of the greatest experiences of all time. He had fantastic insights, and yeah, hope to see you guys soon when India wins their second match by tampering the other pitches. Okay, we're done.